Greetings, gentlemen. This is me playing a Legion Commander game, and I had a really interesting lane here because I played together with a Nature's Prophet against the Morphling and Chakiro, and Nature's Prophet decided to leave the lane very early. So I think it was around level 3 or even level 4 where I decided to hit the jungle, and I'm just going to show you how it looks like to recover in difficult games and what your options are, what you can do, and how you not grieve a totally grievable game. So with that, let's get into the laning stage. So going through the laning stage, everything looks pretty normal, at least for the beginning, and then we start to feel the pressure from the enemy lineup. I'm not sure if there's a item that I could have bought that would change much of the outcome. I think it is a place like this exactly, where we have heavily negative traits and we just suffer from the laning stage. And then it's a Morphling, so trading against Morphling never feels that great. But we survive here. Try to get the last hits as we can. As you can see, I'm in the top last hits here, even though it's a rough matchup. Lanes like this, they definitely are playable, and my goal is not to win the lane here. I just want to maintain a decent farm and net worth so I can get a couple of good items once I have my Blade and my Blink. This was my kind of thinking. The Ancient, the Earth, even Monkey, and basically everybody on the enemy team just dies to my dual initiation. So this is what I was striving for, and my main goal here is actually not to harass the enemy Morphling or kick him out of lane, but just to get equal net worth. And with this equal net worth, my timing will be way earlier and I can punish them for that and set in a butterfly effect that enables me to snowball into the game. That was the plan, at least. Here already I'm realizing that's gonna be a rough lane, and we probably have to do everything we can not to feed. So I bought a healing salve, I'm dropping a bracer here, and then Nature's Prophet is leaving the lane. And here I realized that's a kind of weird scenario for me to be in, because I have 13 CS now, which is not too bad, and suddenly I'm caught in a situation where I cannot do much really. I don't even dare to approach the lane and to pull aggro, and this Shakiro is doing a wonderful job of just zoning me. And then of course the next thought is, well, I could be just pulling the camp on the left side, and I bought some more regen, even some mana regeneration, and I'm trying to pull, but of course it gets contested quite a lot. And with this sort of contest, I cannot I cannot work. And then I'm like, well, that's kinda goofy. So back to base we are. I'm checking again, I'm looking at the map. And I'm thinking, okay, what is Nature's Prophet doing? Like, maybe he is positively impacting the map somewhere else, where it's more important. I don't just want to suggest that he's feeding. I took a look at the score and they're like, we have 4 kills on our team, so it's probably not too bad. But then I see they kind of mess up their spells here. And I'm starting to get a little bit worried, because a free farming morph is never that great. And now I see my Nature's Prophet dying, and I'm just thinking, hey, I think I even communicate that. I think I said, let's try to play bottom together. I think we can lane. I think we can get a couple of last hits and net worth. As you can see from that 13 last hits, I basically didn't get anything in the last 2 minutes. Now I get zoned again by the Jakiro, and then I finally realized that there's not really anything I can do here. I was still kind of thinking that maybe if I stay on lane for the XP and then level W, that Nature's Prophet might be coming back and we can lane again. But at this point I'm like, alright, I had it, Nature's Prophet is still top, and there's nothing I can do bottom anymore. So we're just gonna sit bottom. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit through the jungling phases here. But now my mentality shifts, and now I know that I'm not going to be useful for quite a while. Even if I have my duel, it's gonna be late because I'm just jungling. And I don't want to join anything like ever here, basically. With my level 4, I have no impact on the map, so I need to get to a stage where I have impact, even though it's a weak one. So I'm just gonna farm up. As you can see, I'm planning to max my passive here just to farm as quick as possible, and I don't want to get into contact with anybody. And now suddenly we get a new situation. We can stack, Morph is still bottom and Morph is pushing bottom, and there's like not much we can do. But suddenly the map shifts a little bit and I ended up in the top side and I have a wave again. And so this, after like 3 minutes jungling, this is the first wave I encountered and I'm very, very happy about it. I push it out as much as I can, and at this point I am even willing to die. Like even if I die here as a low net worth hero, as you can see I'm only at 3000 net worth, it would super be worth to die, and I'm willing to take very, very risky farm. Morphling rotates top, I head back to the jungle, got my duel now and max passive. But I don't want to play before I have Blade Mail, or yeah, even Blade Mail Blink Dagger might be necessary here for me to actually play. But I'm super happy with the lane. Now we see some action. And now we see some action on the bottom side, and I TP towards bottom. Let me rewind here a little bit. So I see that they're playing deep on the bottom side, and I see that we have heroes here. So we have our mid laner here, and I think both of those heroes are killable. So I'm looking for a target, and I managed to snag a duel here actually, before I get my Blade Mail. So if there's an opportunity, I'm not hesitant to take it, but usually there isn't such a presented kill on the silver plate, let's say. We're looking for some engagement, but there's not really anything happening, and then straight up I'm in the same mindset basically of a carry here, to see if I can get net worth as soon as possible. I'm getting my Blade Mail, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident here, even to take an aggressive stance. And if you don't directly want to hit the tower, here's an alternative that you can do. You can take the small camp on this side and then cut the trees open so you see when the wave is reconnecting. And then you just catch the enemy wave, you can finish the camp and you can farm that wave behind the tower, and you can maximize your net worth like this while still not being inside the two sides of the trees with the enemy tower and being too afraid. The enemies are not showing up, so we're gonna hit the tower. They're not showing on the map at all, but I don't think they want to engage with me here. Even though I have low net worth, I have 77 CS now and I have a Blade Mail. So I pose some threat suddenly. And it's actually interesting to see that this Wraith King chooses to farm some really, really deep places on our side of the map. But in my mind, it's totally okay, because I just want to play for my timing as well. I just want to play for my Blink Dagger, and then I want to catch duels, and I know eventually we will have a stronger hand just based off on the hero. If I do not feed, and if I get dual damage, we're fine. I see a spell from A, looking top, thinking maybe I can help, and then like nope. So I'm trying to get away from this guy again. Now we know that Monkey is bottom. The Earth is chasing me bottom. I have a Blade Mail, so we can actually fight here. And I think this is where I'm communicate, hey, we can go, we can play. He sadly doesn't die, because Monkey dodges it. But Monkey still dies. And now the Earth even dies. Perfect. Now we have a couple heroes bottom, and guess what? Good things happen. Good things happen if you play at the right side of the map. So we took a bottom safe lane tower, we played off the right side, and then people reacted, they overreacted. We had our team to come in, suddenly we get a couple kills, and we get a ton of space out of this. With this space, I'm looking to go top. I cannot kill this Morphling right now, but I can scare him away. Look, this tower doesn't need to fall. I can just show up here, let him take the wave, take a camp in between, and when he has pushed this wave, I'm just gonna defend the tower. And I'm gonna move again to the tower to defend it, see if Morphling wants to fight bot. Now we see the AA, and I'm like, alright, let's get one wave, and we're probably fine. Heading back to the jungle. Just looking for my blink. Again, as I said, like from minute 5, I think it was pretty clear that my blink and blade mail timing is going to be late. But nonetheless, I really need it. Like, I really need to play for the timing. And it's better to have it late while being AFK for 15 minutes than have it even later at 25 minutes and being engaged in some random fights that are not guaranteed to work. Now we see some enemies grouping up, and I'm not sure if we want to fight here. The spell got used. Hoodwink is rotating in. Hoodwink communicates that she thinks that we can fight. So I'm roaming around. I know I have my Blink Dagger coming, and now I'm looking for a Blink Dagger target. I have Blade Mail as well. I'm kind of confused. There's much happening here. Morphling is going to strength, so I don't want to go for him, and then I go for the earth. Unlucky here. I think I could have gone for the morph. He just morphed it down from his strength. But the fight was very messy. I wasn't exactly sure how to play this. And I think morph, yeah, he just runs away. But I got another duel out of this, and I get a Blink Dagger, finally. And now we're sitting in the enemy side. We're taking their ancients. And there's another kill that presents itself. Nice. Another duel off cooldown, basically. Then we can rotate back to the jungle. So now I'm thinking about items. I'm like, I want to go damage. I want to go some sort of damage, and I want to be able to engage in as many duels as I can and unseen. So I'm thinking maybe Shadowblade. Oh, this is a nice kill. Yeah. I think Nature's Prophet called this actually. He said we have enough damage if he uses ulti early on. And it was barely enough, but really well played. So I'm thinking I could go Shadowblade. Shadowblade just gives some inherent attack speed, therefore damage. And this is nice to use. Or we could go Aghanim Scepter. This would enable me to cast duel off cooldown, and I have a longer time duration to go for it. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure. I think I decide for the Shadowblade here. I had games where I just go for the Crystallis, and in my experience, the Crystallis enables you to get a couple of kills that are not... I end up going for the Crystallis here, because I think Crystallis gives you the slight edge that you need to really finish people in one duel at the beginning, like at minute 20. This item can make a huge difference, and it's gonna stack nicely with your duel damage. And since you go Shadowblade and Silver Edge and stuff like this later on anyways, or many times, it's a nice item that builds up with it. So here on the bottom side we see the Morphling again, and even though Morphling had free farm, I am a huge threat to him now, and we want to use this. So I'm preparing everything, and we just get a kill. Nature's Prophet is not even attacking. He's not even attacking. Suddenly this game turned. From catching up and knowing like the power spikes and the timings and the things that you need to do. As you see, without Crystallis this kill wouldn't have happened as well. But just from the knowledge of like certain matchups and timings and then prioritizing them instead of having early fights, you can get back into the game many times. So here I'm waiting for duel, and I just want to duel everybody. Like I'm not even picky here. I just want to push up my duel damage as high as I can get, and then solo carry the game basically. So we see the Jakiro. I'm like, sure, let's get him. And then they connect to the fight, but I'm just out. Monkey King is coming in. Earth dies. That's fine. Looking at Wraith King, I lost him there in the team fight, but he's staying on the high ground really decently. And he's just top again. I actually like that decision from him to TP top there. Wraith King as well in this game, he really focused his own gameplay. Like, he didn't join many team fights, he didn't do much, he didn't listen to any calls that were coming in, he was just playing his game, and I actually enjoyed that. I, as a Legion commander, was just like, hey, you do you, man. We don't need to take Roche right now. You're Wraith King, you have Aegis anyways. And I'm just gonna pick up a couple kills until you feel like you're ready, and then we go high ground. There's nothing they can do about it. So I left the bounty there intentionally, and Jakiro got baited. Cleaning bottom again. As you can see, Wraith King is still not interested to take Roche. Which is fine. I think it's fine. You do you. And here I even communicate that. I'm like, let Wraith King do his thing. I'm just gonna play with Wraith King if he wants to play. And if he doesn't, I'm super happy to just take every single duel opportunity that I can get. And again, it's a sweet Jakiro steps into me. And he's dead again. So now I'm really scary. I can duel basically everybody and they just die. And Wraith King just needs a couple of things, I guess, to really pop off. And I just let him do his thing. Like, I don't need to be pressuring him. Yeah. Just playing his game. I've dueled in 20 seconds again, and I see a ton of people gathering around on the top side. So I'm like, this is an opportunity here to get a kill. I ping my duel, and I'm like, I have 10 seconds, maybe somebody shows bottom. I couldn't react there in time for the morph. He had the 3 abilities, and I wasn't able to join that. I see them taking Roche, and now I'm like, okay, I want to search them. If somebody shows here, I definitely want to get them. And I get baited by, by the trees. I see that they're taking Roche, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm still looking for a solo kill. Maybe a monkey, maybe a morphling, anybody who wants to farm. But it's not happening. So I'm just taking the farm here, and now I see that there's action top. And I TP top immediately. Like, if they contest us after we took Roche, we won a fight there definitely. And I'm looking for big kills now. Like, I have the Blink Dagger, you see me checking the range. He's using his form on the Hoodwink, and he dies for that. Now we can use the Shadow Blade, and we can one-hit that dude. Yeah, and you can join fights kinda late with the hero. As Legion Commander, you either want to initiate, or you want to wait for the perfect moment to get the dual kills. You don't need to be part of the game like the typical hero in Dota, where you just like either initiating or being constantly there, ready with a stun. Yeah, now we have a Sulkaras on Wraith King already, and we have 250 dual damage, so buildings just melt. But they reconnect, and we decide to go back, we decide to play it safe, and you can see my next item is just centered around more damage. I was thinking they might be buying Lincoln Sphere or something like this, but they ended up not buying Lincoln Sphere. Still, having the damage is super nice. I'm looking at Morph, but I don't really dare to jump him here. I think they have save. If I had a BKB here, I would be able to jump him. BKB would have been really another nice option there, but I never felt I really died from magic damage here. If I just keep initiating and playing careful, I don't need to force any big team fight reactions around me. So I'm sitting behind the tower, see me playing off the map. Super important. Now there's a Morph dies. I waited a couple of seconds. I wanted to see if people are immediately behind him, but they're not. And then I decided to go for the kill. And I'm happy with this. So basically my job is done. I'm out. Really? Clean in, clean out. Finishing the item. And then reconnecting. I have duel again. This means there's a playtime, there's opportunity. I'm just looking for kills. Seeing Jakiro. I am hiding in the trees just to wait until I have my Shadow Blade again. See Wraith King fighting. I'm thinking about Morph, but then I'm not sure which illusion it is. I don't want to jump that. Now I know which one it is, but I'm still like, does he really die? And then I decide to just go for the Earth. I think if Earth dies, they have no team control. And that's exactly what happens here. Can nullify that guy. Yeah. Sometimes you don't even need to kill the carry. If you can isolate him, the fight is easy. And so in this game, I had every reason to grieve and to say, well, I don't have a support and the game is horrible and whatnot. But the team still played strong, and Nature's Prophet being somewhere else still had impact. It was just difficult for me to recover. But I think if you not intentionally grieve that game, even though you feel like you have all the rights to do so, then you have a good chance at coming back if you just play decent for your timings. You think about, hey, what do I need in this game? Whom do I want to play against? In this case, it's the supports like Jakiro and Ancient and Earth. They die away very quickly in a duel. And then you try to play disciplined. You try to play it cool, play it slow, and then not force too much. Take the time that you're given from the enemies. If they don't finish the game early, it doesn't really matter if you're behind. You can still recover. Cool! I hope you enjoyed this quick replay. See you in the next one.